How's it working? Can you hear me?
Boom! And there it is, the
There
technical
we are.
glitch is over, everyone. See?
It's all right, mate. First time I've done it, so
No, fair play. There's nothing wrong with being late to the party, right?
yeah, that's right.
So, first of all, Ben, thanks for obviously sort of doing this tonight. As you said, it's the first time for you. It's actually the second time for me. It's only a couple of weeks ago, actually, sort of done the same thing with long friend and manager Ryan Davis. So, thank you very much for tonight.
No problem at all.
Big thank you, really, to the Aylesbury United faithful and everyone sort of behind the scenes to sort of help and promote tonight as well, which is great. You know, and it's great that they fully support you, Ben. So let's just sort of touch on last night, really. Obviously, it was a great result, wasn't it, for you guys?
It was all right. Yeah, we should have won, really. You know, no, it was a great result, and you know, reflection. You know, 1-1 against the league leaders. Yeah, it does look from the outside a really good result, but we more than held our own. And you know, I'm greedy. I would like 3 points, but to take the point off them was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, talk us through the first half, Ben, because obviously Bedford scored, and then am I right in obviously reading that obviously Jordan Jenkins in his 50th game, as a Dutch, actually got the equaliser, didn't he? So how did the sort of first half pan out?
First half was great. We started the game really positively on the front foot. We played some good attacking football. Sonny French hit the bar early on as well. So you know, I felt like we dominated the first half an hour. Played really well, competed all over the pitch. You know, considering we had quite a few changes to the team again, which is the norm at the moment. And then Jordan Jenkins popped up and got his first goal for the club to put us 1-0 ahead. And we thought it might be, you know, a powering header like he does, being a centre back. But no, it was a cultured left foot volley that went in off the bar. So yeah, it was great.
I love that. As you already touched on, really, I mean, a huge point away from home against the league leaders, Bedford Town. Archie Davis, the sort of Aylesbury #1 this season, he's putting a bit of a shift, didn't he, yesterday, from what I saw on Twitter.
Yeah, he did. Second half, he made a few important one in the first half and then a couple in the second half. Once they'd scored their equaliser, second half, they put a little bit of pressure on us. I wouldn't. They probably had more of the ball and a few more clear-cut chances, but we certainly went under the cosh for the whole half. In fact, we could have scored a couple of goals on the breakaway ourselves. But Archie, you know, he's been fantastic this season. You know, I tell him, he won't mind me saying this, but if he was, you know, 6 inches taller, I've no doubt he'd be a professional goalkeeper. He's been immense for us. He's you know, his handling, his kicking is second to none. I think he's got a couple of assists this season as well. A few long ones through to Max, you know, and that's a massive part of his game. It's a massive part of our game as well, the way he plays for us. I'm sure he started shooting at some stage as well. That's how confident he is. But yesterday, but also on the flip side, he's made some fantastic saves as well. And yesterday was a save. I mean, you know, and he did last weekend's Harlow as well. You know, for some reason, when we concede a goal, we tend to get a little bit ragged for a couple of minutes afterwards. And in both games against Harlow and against Bedford, we've done the same thing, and it's something we need to address. But you know, he's been behind us in the sticks, and he's pulled off some fantastic saves to keep us in the game. And then obviously, once we press the reset button, we're back and playing like we should do, and we get what we deserve out of the games.
Such an invaluable position, isn't it? The goalkeeper in any team, any manager will tell you that. So, following obviously the result, Ben, and that big point, obviously looking at the table, it's looking pretty good for Aylesbury United this season, isn't it? I mean, 6th in the table, you're 3 points behind 5th place Northley, and you've got 2 games in hand. That's not bad, is it?
It's not bad. We've got to get to 40 points, and then we're up. We're staying up for another season. That's the magic target we want to get to. Obviously, because we're doing well, and we've done well in the previous 2 or 3 years as well. Obviously, the last 2 years have been quite short, and we've been up there. I think we were top of the table for, you know, quite a long time last year, and that was very early. So it means nothing, but just for us to be up there was great. Obviously, we started this season with a few injuries and missing players, so you know, we didn't have the best of starts this year. But you know, we've recovered, and we are doing well. We are looking to get to the 40 points, which is obviously important for us to stay at Step 4 football next season. But also looking on the positive side of it, you're right, we are close to the playoffs. We do have a few games in hand. I think one of them was last night against Bedford. So it doesn't always mean anything when you've got games in hands, because you could be playing teams right at the top. But we are close. And I think the league this year is kind of split into, 2 or 3 divisions. Looking at the table, you've got Bedford and Berkhamsted and AFC Dunstable and Ware that seem to be fighting out. They're good resources, and they're up the top of the table, and deservedly so. And then I think there's probably about 10 teams from North League down to, below mid-table. There's about 5 or 6 points that separate them. So, any team in this division, it's a really good competitive league this year. Any team in this division can, in my opinion, can win, 3 or 4 games on the bounce and be straight up there. I mean, you look at, Tamer doing the same thing. Didn't start particularly strongly, but they've won quite a few on the bounce. Gone straight up there. So, it can be done. So it's interesting. It's exciting.
I mean, obviously, you mentioned it just a couple of minutes ago, Ben, about the sort of recovery. So after a mixed start to the season, so the form guide in terms of league football is looking very, very positive. So was it the last 9? I think I read 4 wins, 4 draws, and only 1 defeat in the league in the last 9 games. So what sort of really impacted on that, in your opinion?
In my opinion, getting players back. And adding to the squad as well. I mean, it just seems at the moment we're carrying a lot of injuries still. Even we put a team out Wednesday night, and the boys did fantastic, but we're probably still missing 4 or 5 regular players as well. So we're getting players back. We're also signing players on a regular basis. It's important that we keep ourselves competitive each week, and sometimes we do need to sign players, but. At the start of the season, we kind of, and even now, when we get an injury, we seem to get, it's one position that we struggle with. So earlier in the season, it was centre back, and we lost 2 centre backs or 3 centre backs, for a couple of weeks. And Jake Bewley plays in at centre back sometimes for us, and he's predominantly a left back, and he does fantastic in there. And in fact, we won at AFC Dunstable with him at centre back. And then at the moment, we just seem to be short of centre midfield players, 3 out at once. So it's just making sure that we just get the strongest team we can out each week. And, at the start of the season, we were missing a lot of people through weddings and, everyone catching up on life and COVID kind of stuff. So, but we've recovered and we're getting there.
Cool. And I hadn't planned to ask this, but obviously what's happened in the last 48 hours, the COVID factor. I mean, how has that really changed management for you?
It's quite hard, actually. It's quite hard. Sorry, mate, still there. You hear me, right?
That's right. Yeah, of course.
So I'm getting WhatsApp messages come through. I'm still trying to put a team out on Sunday. Yeah, it's been quite hard. In fact, we signed a new lad on played against Harlow for us in centre midfield, David from Harrow Borough, and he did really, really well on his debut with us. And then on Monday or Tuesday, he tested positive for COVID. So we lost him straight away, which is unfortunate. So it has impacted massively. Lee Stobbs has just come back from having 10 days isolation as well. So, just like I say, like with injuries, it all just seems to obviously come at once, especially with the COVID. But yeah, it has impacted, training and availability and probably more people catching up on life as well, which they're right to do. And it's unusually. Now we would normally have a full squad each week, but people at the beginning of the season particularly had stuff to do to catch up on, and I can't knock them for that either.
No, I mean obviously that's the sort of playing side, the management side, and I guess having been on the other end as a fan of non-league football, obviously I think we're all just so thankful that obviously fans are at the moment obviously still able to watch games, because without fans, football's not the same, is it, Ben?
No, it's not. No, definitely not. Definitely not. We need as many people there watching as we can. And I've just seen another, 5 Premier League games have been called off this week as well.
Yeah, which is mad. Absolutely mad.
It is. So, well, hopefully we can keep going.
Yeah, Absolutely. So sort of going on to sort of a different topic now, Ben. So sort of looking at yourself, perhaps even growing up as a lad for this next question, really, or it might even be something more recent. So what is, or who, should I say, is your favourite football club and your favourite all-time player and why?
My favourite football club has always been Man United. I'm a Southern Man United supporter, but
There's many of them.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm one of many. So I've always supported Man United, and I grew up obviously with Sir Alex Ferguson
Yeah.
winning loads, hundreds and thousands of trophies. He's got a bit quiet recently. So yeah, definitely him. Player wise, oh, no one in particular, just loads of them. Giggs, Cantona, Ronaldo, all those players. Just love watching them play. So yeah, I couldn't pick any one of those. Just they took it in turns really to entertain us each week.
Okay, I'm going to throw a question into the mix which I asked long-credited manager Ryan Davis a couple of weeks ago. So if money was no object at Aylesbury, right, and they would come over and put that green strip on tomorrow,
Yeah.
which current player in the world would you have playing for your team at Aylesbury?
Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, definitely.
Yeah, even now at 37, yeah?
Yeah, even now, wouldn't even hesitate. That's why I can't understand the debates about him just recently. About they talk about a new manager coming in, and he can't do this, and he can't do that, and he can't press.
Right, games, isn't he, for United,
yeah, it's just a goal scorer. He still is now. You don't ask him to do the other stuff. Just ask him to be in the box and score the goals. So yeah.
So, you're the manager then. I'm not obviously not going to drop names. Maybe you will. But what position would you play him in your team?
Ronaldo, straight down the middle, stay up front, score the goals. Yeah.
All right. Other players in the squad can read between the lines then.
Well, I don't. I mean, listen, we got Gavin James playing up front for a minute. He scored 5 in 7 games. He's been absolutely immense. But I don't think he'd mind either playing alongside Ronaldo or just watching. Just for one game, maybe.
Yeah. Now looking back to your own playing days, Ben, it wasn't too long ago, right? So, which clubs did you play for? Because from what I've seen, there was a bit of a list. What were sort of some big achievements that stood out for you during your playing days?
Yeah, long list of teams. I think I played until I was 36. And
Good going.
Yeah, was Risborough Rangers. I had to stop because of injury, unfortunately, which is a shame. So I'll probably still be trying to lace up the boots now, probably. But yeah, long list of clubs. Started off at the old Tring Town, Tame United, Aylesbury Vale Dynamos as they are now, Berkhamsted, Fleet Town, Risborough Rangers, and Tring Athletic. Don't think there's any more. I can't remember anymore. There's obviously a few Sunday teams in there as well, which obviously my greatest achievement was playing for the local Sunday team in Berkhamsted, Gossams End. We won the FA Sunday Cup final in 2005.
I'm glad you plugged that because I was going to bring that up.
We won that then. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Cool. So management, how did it all start out for you?
At Aylesbury, I was asked to come in. Glyn Creaser, Michael Hogg asked me to come in for and be assistant or first team coach. Probably about 6 years ago now, I think actually. I was helping Mark Eaton at Aylesbury Vale, and then I went back to Risborough and played, and then obviously got injured. So they were looking for a first team coach, stroke assistant manager to come in and help. So I went and met them, and we got on well, and Glyn offered me the job, and so I came in as his assistant for a couple of seasons. Obviously, then Glyn moved on, and the club needed someone to be interim manager to see it through before they appointed someone else. So I said, obviously, I'd help. Obviously, growing up, at Aylesbury United and the youth teams and that kind of stuff, I said I'd help. And then we lost our first 8 games while I was in charge as interim manager, and then strangely they offered me the job. So I don't know what happened really.
And the rest is history, isn't it? After that,
yeah, it's been good fun since then. Yeah.
So it's actually going to be Obviously we don't want to jinx it because we're on December, but it'll be 4 years in January already.
Is it? Okay, blimey, go on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 4 years in January. Here's an interesting stat. So Ducks fans can come back at me on this if this is incorrect. So from what I managed to find out, 147 matches as manager of Aylesbury United. How many victories do you think, Ben? Out of that 147.
Probably 50 something.
Right, it's more than that.
Okay.
63. 63.
63.
So,
right?
yeah, 63.
Yeah.
So,
that's after eight losses on the bounce when I first took over.
yeah, exactly. And then, so basically, as a win percentage, 43%.
That's not bad, is it? That's all right.
No, you take that. A lot of Premiership managers back with that, Ben.
Yeah, they keep their jobs for that, wouldn't they? They keep their jobs.
Yeah. So, what are your likes and dislikes about being a manager in non-league football?
Likes, I love the banter, love being around the players, love that involvement, training and match day, and the buzz at being at a match. Obviously, when we've lost a game, it's a dark place for a few days, and you think, God, why do I do this? Blah blah blah, and then like a couple of Saturdays ago at Hertford Town, we've gone there and we've been turned over, and rightly so, been turned over 2-1 by then. God, no, what's going on? Can't get a team out, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then we go and beat Harlow and draw with Bedford. You think, well, that's why I do it. It's great fun. So, yeah, I do like that. The dislikes are obviously the losses, and also, it's no disrespect. It's just trying to get a team out. Sometimes at the moment, the dislikes. I mean, the amount of time I'm spending trying to put a team out some weeks at the moment. And resources impact that as well. Obviously we're homeless as a club. We're playing down at Chesham, which I love playing at Chesham. It's fantastic down there. But it's a challenge sometimes to recruit players and get players in and put a competitive team out. But, we'll keep doing it because we love it.
Thanks for that. Archie Davis has just joined, Ben. He's a bit late, isn't he?
He's a bit late
now.
Stobbs coming as well, yeah, look.
So, obviously in the Southern League, which clubs do you really, really enjoy playing against?
Come on, which teams do we beat?
There you go. Right, you're thinking that way. Right.
Enjoy playing against. All of them to a certain degree. Obviously, the local derbies as such.
Yeah.
It's good to play Tame. It was nice playing them early in the season. It's nice to play Burko because obviously it's my old club as well, so it's nice to go back there. So I'm looking forward to that. I always get a good crowd down there. It's a good atmosphere. So yeah, the local derbies, they're good to play in. And obviously when we play the top teams, I mean, a couple of years ago we had Hales Owen and Bromsgrove Sporting and that in our league, and they're getting 800-900 people in their games as well. So just the atmosphere then really good. There's real good buzz about it. But like I say, Wednesday as well. It's nice playing Bedford. They're big teams, they're big clubs that want to be, and we're a big club, or were a big club, but they're big clubs that are now looking to go up through the pyramid. So to test yourselves against teams like that and the resources they have, and either win or take points off them, it's great playing those.
Home games or away games? What do you get the buzz most out of?
Home games.
Home.
Yeah, home games. Unless it's a big crowd away. But we don't have to travel as far for home games. So no, home games. No.
So what does your sort of average week look like for you? Obviously you've got the day job, but so when it comes to football, what are you doing in your 7 days on approximately every week?
Monday, try and sign a player. Tuesday, try and sign a couple of players. Wednesday, check in, see who hasn't got COVID, who's not injured. It's just. I mean, at the minute, I don't think we've got, and hopefully we haven't got any new injuries. I don't text him at the minute because I don't want the answer. But yeah, hopefully we haven't got any injuries. So, these couple of days, I'm just looking at the squad for Sunday because we're playing Sunday this week, and seeing what's going on. But yeah, generally it's just checking in with people, making sure they're fit, making sure they're okay. seeing if we need to strengthen, seeing what needs to happen. Are we going to train this week? You know, and then obviously we train, and at the minute we're just going Saturday, Wednesday with games. So it's just rest and recovery, and you know, see you at the next game basically.
So when are there times during the season when that sometimes changes in terms of training, whereas you'll possibly go twice a week?
Yeah, well, we don't. Unfortunately, we don't. Only during pre-season. During pre-season, we do train twice a week. So we'll do Tuesday, Thursday, and that's generally why we started quite well in the last few seasons. Is because we've had a lot of training sessions and we can work on, you know, shape and set piece and all that kind of stuff. At the minute, we just kind of pick the team out of a hat and wing it, you know, because we can't train. So, but yeah, generally at the start of the season, it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then as the season goes on and we do train, we only train once a week, unfortunately, which is on a Thursday night. So there's just more of a activation session, you know, plenty of ball work, a bit of fun, keep the boys ticking over, ready for the Saturday. So we would like to train more, but obviously facilities in and around Aylesbury are not, you know, they're either booked up or not accessible. So it's just, yeah, it's quite hard to get somewhere meaningful to train. But it's something we need to look at for the future.
Cool. So when it comes to training and match days, what are your responsibilities and what do you delegate to the other guys in the coaching team?
Well, I'm going to say this now because I know they're both logged on, but I do everything. You know, I do a lot. I take training, I do the warm-ups, I do the bottles, strapping of ankles, anything really. I just do it all. So I'm quite tired by the end of the match, actually. No, we've got a good team. We've got a good team behind us. So Michael Hogg and Paul Batchelor help us out. And Hannah's our physio. She's been fantastic this year. But yeah, match day, I'll generally, we'll go through the team, we'll have a little chat. I'll name the team. We get there, I'll name the team at 2 o'clock. That's when we say work starts. 2 o'clock, go through the tactics. Paul Batchelor's in charge of set pieces, which has been a lot better this year. In fact, we scored from one on Wednesday night as well, which is great. And then Michael and Paul take the boys out for warm-up. And they take care of the warm-up while I stand back and watch really, or have a cup of tea or coffee, and generally get them a tea or coffee and then try and do as little as possible, keep out of the way. And then I do the final bit before we go out on the pitch. Half time, we'll have a chat. You know, they'll have their input as well. Training, pretty much the three of us kind of jump in. We'll discuss what we want to do. You know, something we want to work on or whatever, and we'll just take it in turns and plan the session beforehand and dip in and out as needs be.
Cool. And I can vouch for the fact that you are off sometimes seen with a cup of tea in your hand. So I've seen that.
Always, yeah.
So in regards to off the field stuff, so the potential, the sort of non-football stuff. So I did obviously ask this of a long friend of manager Ryan Davis 2 weeks as well, because every manager is different, right? So how involved are you in the non-league football stuff? So one subject matter which is so big, obviously, for all Ducks fans, is to bring the Ducks home. So that's quite an interesting question for you.
I'm not really involved in that. I get updates. I get updates on it, and I'm, you know, occasionally I might be asked my opinion on something, but I'll do anything I can to help the club get back. Obviously, you know, I used to work at the club a long time ago as well down there, so it'd be great down at Buckingham Road. So it would be great to get the club back. Yeah, I don't know where they're at the moment with it. I know there's a few options thrown around at the moment, but wherever I can help behind the scenes, I will do. But I'll be honest, most of my time is taken up with trying to run the first team and get something that way. Yeah.
Cool. So, what are your personal objectives as a football manager, but equally, what your objectives as manager of Aylesbury United?
Objectives of Aylesbury United are to get to that magical 40 points and then see where we can go from there. I'm not the same as everybody else in the league. You know, I can keep saying that, but you know, honestly, we want to finish as high up the table as we can, and that's what we'll try and do every week. You know, the higher we finish up, the better job we've done. So that's my objective as Aylesbury United manager, and to help them, like I say, get back into the town. It'd be fantastic if I was still manager, we managed to get the club back into the town as well. How great would that be? Personally, to manage as high as possible, and hopefully that's with Aylesbury United. That would be the dream, wouldn't it? To take them up into the next level and the next level after.
That would have been an incredible achievement, wouldn't it? With what the club's been through for decades now, that would be phenomenal to get back to that level.
Yeah, it would be fantastic. In our own ground in Aylesbury and back up to the levels we were a few years ago. Listen, we're only 2 promotions back, from where they were, back in the day. So yeah, that'd be fantastic to achieve that at Aylesbury.
Cool. So let's look ahead in regards to the next game. I had to actually look twice because I was like, they're playing on a Sunday. So it's FC Romanian you've got on the road, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got them on the road. They're similar to us. They ground share Chesham. They're home on the Saturday. So yeah, it's not unusual. We've had to do it a couple of times ourselves. So yeah, it's on a Sunday this week, and it actually helps because. I shouldn't say this, I might be stitching him up, but Sonny French normally misses this Saturday every year because he goes on his boys' jolly up to Ascot. So this year, because the game's on a Sunday, he can actually play, which is good. And he assures me he's miles better when he's hungover, so it's even better.
So they're a bit of a tricky outfit, aren't they? Because you've probably not had a chance to have many games against them at all.
We've played them once before in a League Cup game earlier this season, and they're very good. Yeah, they're a very good team. I think they're one of these teams that they blow hot or cold. They're either I think their league at the minute, I think they've won 9 and lost 9 or something like that. I think they're either really on it or not on it. And so they're a good team. In my opinion, when we played them, they deservedly beat us 2-1 in the League Cup. So it's going to be a tough game on Sunday, yeah.
Cool. Is there anything you actually want to say to the boys before Saturday's game?
No, I'll save that. I haven't really thought about it. I'm just having a day off from that. So no, we'll go Sunday. We'll see how it is.
There you go. He'll catch up with you on the weekend.
Yeah, well.
Right, thank you, obviously, so much for tonight. I have kept you for pretty much bang on the 30 minutes, so I'm quite happy that we stuck to the time. But thank you so much for being so engaged and interested in doing this tonight. And obviously, best of luck for Sunday, and obviously I'll be definitely keeping an eye out. But thank you to everyone for watching as well.
Yeah,
so thanks, Ben.
Yeah, much appreciated. Thanks a lot.
No, pleasure. All the best, mate.
Yeah, cheers, man. Try and get the phone sorted next time.
That's one. And everyone, shortly, hopefully this will be online as well. And I'll make sure that I sort of get this out. Thank you.
Cheers, Carl. Thanks a lot.
Take care. Bye.